I am live. Hello, welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome. There we go. Now I'm in frame. So, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel, whatever the case may be. Yay! As you can see, I am working on the last row of Lady and the Tramp, because as soon as this is done, I'm shipping it to my friend with as soon as I can. Okay, so let's see here. Just a quick wet of the palette. All right, so welcome. So today has been an interesting day. I decided to go shopping. We have a store in town here called the Bargain Shop. So I got a taxi to the store, and apparently there's just the one taxi. And because it's not a very big town. But yeah, we've got the one taxi, and they're super busy. But yeah, she was able to squeeze me in. And yeah, dropped me off at the Bargain Shop. Wolfie stayed home. And so I went shopping by myself. Scary, crazy, hey? But hey, I enjoyed myself. I got a shopping cart, and unfortunately, the very first section in the store when you walk in is junk food. Yeah. But I didn't get very much. I only got a couple of things. And then I was looking at the clothing, which is like right next to the junk food. The whole center of the store is like clothing. And the other stuff is all around the outer edge. So I got a few shirts, got a couple of dresses. They didn't have any shorts, so I didn't get any shorts. I forgot to check to see if they had sugar. I knew I dropped one. But yeah, and then I got some yarn. I got let me quickly quickly show you. It was a good deal. 1 pound or 16 ounces, 100% acrylic, factory mill ends. Yeah, so it's pink. It's 2 big skeins of pink. So I'm hoping it's enough for at least a little blanket. Excuse me. I got a couple of beach towels. Because until we can get to a laundromat, yeah, due to the leak in the roof, we've got no clean towels until we get to a laundromat. Because that little portable wash machine that I got from Temu, just honestly, I wouldn't trust it to clean properly. Because people in the olden days did a better job with their hands and a washboard. Because you beat the clothing and you scrub it really hard. And these little portable wash machines, it just does this a few times, and that's pretty much it. So how do you know for sure that it's actually coming clean, right? Yeah. So I'm not using that anymore. I'm actually going to pack it up and take it to the thrift store. Yeah. Um, so I can't remember if I talked about the issue with my car in my last live stream. But yeah, so my ex actually ended up selling the car today, and I told him that's okay. I'm fine with that. And I told him that I've been talking to this other individual about a car, another Subaru for $2,000, and trying to set up a time to meet up with them. And I said that, like, if I end up buying this car, then I would be bringing it out to his shop right away. But I would get a hold of him ahead of time just to make sure that he won't be too busy when I do come out there. And he's like, "Oh, well, we do like a $50 pre-purchase inspection." I'm like, "Oh, what does that entail?" And he's like, "Well, you bring it in. Basically, it's like you bring it in, he inspects the car, makes sure that it's good enough to purchase. And he lets you know, like, if there are any issues, what the issues are and how much it would cost and all that stuff. But you gotta, like, schedule it a few days ahead, because, and then you drop off the vehicle. And then and I'm like, "Oh, so do you want me to just get the guy to bring the car over there and you can have a look at it?" And he's like, "Well, um, and he's like, "Well, you can use my shop to meet up with him, and then he would take a look at the car, and show if there's any issues with the car. He could show both myself and the current owner all of this." I was like, "Okay, cool. So that works." So now so I reached out to my boyfriend and told him that basically now it's just a matter of, like, what day of the week next week would work best for him. And he got back to me and said either Tuesday or Wednesday. Depends on work, of course. I was like, okay. So then I reached out to the dude who's selling the car, and he's already changed. He's already changed it to pending on Facebook Marketplace. So when I see that, right off the bat, I'm like automatically paranoid that like he's going behind my back and got somebody else that may be purchasing it, and he's just not telling me. Or yeah, because I've been I've been screwed over like that in the past, but it was actually for uh, renting a house. The owner of the house had actually filled out the paperwork for me to rent the house, and it was in another town. And then I went back to the town that I was living in, and before I had a chance to even take the paperwork in to income assistance, I get a phone call from this friend who drives by this particular house on a daily basis, and they're like, "Yeah, there's a moving truck out front, and some bicycles and a barbecue on the lawn." And it's like, huh, interesting. And it looks like I'm having that same issue with my phone. It's a good thing I looked up. Lovely. So I'm not going to stay on for very long. But in the meantime, yeah, so basically I got screwed out of that place, and like the owners, yeah, the owner was just leading me on, and yeah, so I never ended up renting that place. But it kind of became my dream home. The design and layout of that house. I really like the design and layout of that house. But like I'd change a few things and modify it. But yeah, the general layout I like. Because like you first walk in and it's like a mudroom. But like there's the washer and dryer, and then there was also a bin for firewood, because in the kitchen there was a wood stove. That was a big size kitchen, and there was like the bench seats in the corner. And then you could lift up the seat and it was storage underneath. And then off of the kitchen on the one side was a bedroom, and then on the other side of that the bedroom was another room. So it's like kind of like a summer room and a winter room, basically. Yeah. And then there was a door that led out from the summer room to outside. Also off of the kitchen, towards the back of the house was a doorway that led to the living room, and the living room was just like a big open room, and there was a big grate on the floor. That just it opened up to like downstairs, and underneath this grate downstairs was a fireplace or a wood stove. And like in the winter, like you could on this grate, you could like put your winter boots for them to dry. Like any, like if you had a winter coat, like a winter coat that was like really wet or whatever, you could put that on the grate, above the grate, because I think there were hooks on the wall above it too. But yeah, that was how you heated up the main part of the house. And then there was also a small bathroom, and then next to the bathroom was a little doorway that led down into the basement. And then at the back of the living room, off to the same on the same side as the bedrooms, the bathroom, all that stuff on that side, there was another bedroom. And over the years, I've thought about like adding a second floor. I would add a second floor, and it would be a spiral staircase in the corner that led upstairs. And then upstairs, there'd be a bedroom above the kitchen, and then there'd be a bedroom above the other bedroom, and then there'd be a bathroom above the other bathroom, and then there'd be another bedroom above the other bedroom. And then the downstairs would just be like a large open room. Yeah, for storage, and maybe have a workroom down there. But there's also like a detached shed on the property that is like a workshop. So like I've thought of these things over the years, because like I wouldn't keep the wood stove in the kitchen for cooking, but I'd keep the wood stove downstairs in the basement for heat. And I'd make sure that it's a good wood stove. And then the shop outside would have its own little wood stove. So of course you would have fire Yeah, I did this in 2 rows, but then I decided, well, a section that size, yeah, never mind. So yeah. So anyways, um, yeah. So before I digressed, I guess that would be the word. Before I went off on that little story. Um, so yeah, I got the taxi over to over to the store. Um, I got myself a new little tripod. Um, and it's also got a little light, a selfie light. But it takes AAA batteries. It takes 2 AAA batteries. So I got to get some AAA batteries. I also got a pack of Post-it notes. It's a cute little book, and it's Post-it notes. Yeah, to help me remember things. So I've got the Post-it notes so that I can write things down. And what else did I get? I got a little 6-inch fan for Wolfie for in the bedroom because the one that we got her from the dollar store sucks. Yeah, I said like I got some shirts and a couple of dresses. One of the dresses is actually one size smaller than I usually wear than my actual size, so it's kind of like a goal. It's my summer goal to fit into that dress by the end of summer. So I am, yeah, prayers that I get this car. The sooner the better. Because I'm just like freaking out. Because my dad still has not even looked at my messages. And tomorrow is Thursday. And normally, and like I had asked about Wolfie and I going with him Thursday morning to the town next door, like usual. And I'm really hoping that he actually shows up. And takes us with him because then we can get water. Because we could take both of our water jugs. If he doesn't show up, then we're gonna walk over to the grocery store in town here, and I'm gonna take my bike. And something else I got today is a wagon, a collapsible wagon. And I paid a little bit more for it than I had wanted to because I could have gotten it cheaper through Temu, but then again, there's like no guarantees that it would even arrive, right? Or it would take a very long time for it to arrive. But they had one, and I'm like, oh, score. So I snagged it, and it's a good thing I did. Because yeah, when I went to leave, when I was done shopping, I had everything in the shopping cart. I mean, in the wagon. And then I called the cab to come pick me up. And the call got dropped. So, but I was sitting outside waiting, and I bagged. I had taken some bags with me, and I bagged everything up. And then the cab driver called me back, and she's like, "Yeah, sorry, I can't come get you. I'm on my way to this other town." It's like, "Oh, well, you know about how long you'll be?" And she's like, "A couple hours." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Have a nice day. We'll talk to you later. Bye." Yeah. And I made I added something as a last minute purchase. Oh goodness, yeah, here we go. So, um, yeah, so I ended up I really should go back and check to see like how much you guys actually hear. But anyways, so yeah, I got the wagon and last minute purchase, I bought a tablet. And it's a Packard Bell 9-inch tablet. And it came with a bonus sleeve. And it even came with a free headset. A free gaming headset. So, which is also a Packard Bell. So I gave that to Wolfie for like a spare, like an emergency spare. If something happens to her headset, she's got this spare that she can use until we're able to get to the store to get her a new headset. So I've already got the tablet set up. And it's not for gaming. I'm gonna try it out with to see how it does for recordings, doing recordings, doing videos, and maybe even live streaming. One downside though is it won't fit on my clip, on the clip what I've got my phone hooked up clipped on to. But so far for now, I've got YouTube Studio on it, and I'm watching my videos on YouTube. And it's got a headphone jack, so I can actually have headphones plugged in. Unfortunately, for some reason, it won't connect. Like I connect to the Wi-Fi here, and it connects, but no internet. So for me to use it, I have to actually go through using the Wi-Fi hotspot on my phone, which is a little disappointing. But yeah, it's got a 32 gig internal storage, of which it's actually only got like 25 gigs of space. I've only the only app that I actually installed was YouTube Studio. And yeah. But I also went on to the internet with it and added StreamYard. Well, I brought up StreamYard. Momo 2, hello, welcome. Glad you could make it. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing good. Hope the kids are doing good. I'm just talking about how my day went today. And yeah, if my dad doesn't show up tomorrow to take us with him so that we can get some shopping done, we're gonna take the wagon, we're gonna take my bike, and we're gonna walk to the grocery store. And along the way, we're gonna stop at the post office. So I can mail a package to my friend, and it's going to include this. So I got to finish this tonight. You're doing good? Yeah. Hello, Rudy. Pray for the vineyard chicks. And I don't know what that last word is. Yeah, yeah, it's been a while. I'm still working on getting a car. I've already talked about it, but I'm totally fine with talking about it again because I'm really hoping and praying that I get this car next week. I have to wait until next week because it's not local and I have to rely on my boyfriend to drive me out to the location of where it is. Because my dad, it looks like he has stopped helping me. He's not talking to me. He's ignoring me because we got into a big fight on the phone on Saturday. And yeah. He's being a doo-doo head. Yeah. So in the meantime, I'm just because I messaged him a few times, and he read the first few messages and then stopped reading them and hasn't responded. Like we haven't talked to each other since Saturday. So yeah, it is what it is. He's become a very negative person these last few years. He's got a short temper and he just flies off the handle very quickly and easily. And it's like, I was trying to have a nice conversation with him and talk with him about what's going on with me, to do with getting this car. Cause I was supposed to go on Saturday to, with my boyfriend to go get this car, but I forgot that my bank is not open on Saturdays, and I didn't get the money out. Plus, it turns out I wouldn't have had, I would have been short a few $100s anyway. Because originally I was supposed to give him $4,000 cash down payment for the car, and then it turned out that I didn't have enough to be able to do that and get the car transferred into my name. So he said he would be okay with 3,500. But then it turns out that I got income assistance took money off of they took money off of my check. So I asked him if he'd be okay with taking $3,000 as a down payment. He's like, unfortunately, no. He needed more than that as a down payment because he was actually giving me a good deal on the purchase price of the car. Because he's like, yeah, I could get $6,000 for this car all day. I was like, okay, yeah, well. So I'm like, yeah, I guess I can wait until the next car. And yeah, he had the car sold this morning. It's gone. But yeah, I found this other guy. I found a car. I found a Subaru because that is what I'm looking at getting is a Subaru because my ex, he specializes in Subarus, and so and the guy is only asking $2,000 for it. So it's like, okay, cool. I reached out to the guy and we talked a bit about it, and yeah, my ex said that like he's willing to help me out with the car, with the purchase of the car, by like I meet up with the owner of the car at my ex's shop, and my ex will look the car over and let us know if there's anything that would need to be worked on and what the cost would be. And because I told him, like, if I get the car, I'm going to bring it over to your shop and have you take a look at it, and I'll pay for whatever needs to be done. And so he it would be better if he looks the car over before I actually get it, before I actually pay for it. that way, I think that's awesome because that way I'll know ahead of time whether it's worth buying and sinking more money into it. Like, I already know it's got high kilometers on it, but it's a really good car. Um, and I yeah, I would need to. It would have to be reliable enough to go on the highway often regularly. Um, yeah, so it sucks that I wasn't able to get a cab home from the store today, but that's okay. Because yes, I went shopping today at a local store called the Bargain Shop or the Bargain Store, and I got a taxi there. But there's just one taxi driver. So I inquired about work, and the lady's like, "Yeah, we're looking for drivers. Check it out it's posted on our Facebook page." And it's like, okay, cool. So I'm gonna look into it. Because at one point in the past, in my hometown, I was looking into getting my license to drive taxi for the taxi company in my hometown. But that woman, oh my goodness, the woman that owns the cab company in my hometown, oh, that woman's got issues. I was a dispatcher for her for 2 weeks, and graveyards. And oh man, that was frustrating because I always I had one driver on call. I couldn't. There was a phone list huh, for there's a phone list for all the drivers, but the phone list was old and outdated. It had old numbers. It had numbers for old employees, people that didn't work there anymore. She told me to if a call came in for the railroad, because they also dealt with the railroad crews. She said if a call comes in for that, to call her. And every time I tried calling her, never got an answer. And I kept telling her this, and she's like, "Well, because almost every night I would end up being bombarded with phone calls, and like the one driver was never enough, because it's like when the bars close, you've got like you get inundated for the next hour and a half with calls for people needing cab rides home from the bar." And it's like, well, that's too much for one driver. And there was one night there was another driver on, but they were doing an out of town run, and I was told like when he got back that he could just go home. And it's like, okay, which sucked because I really could have used him. And it's like any cab driver that I got I was able to actually get a hold of. Like, there was one night I got a hold of one guy, and asked him if he could come in and work, and he's like, "Sorry, I just got off a double shift." Another guy, he's like, "Oh no, I've already had a couple of drinks." It's like, yeah. Unfortunately, that particular the owner, she runs her drivers ragged. Some of them will end up doing double shifts, and a lot of them become alcoholics shortly after they start working for her, because it's the safest way. They find it's the safest, most honest way for them to be able to get out of taking another shift. Because there have been, because I had been told by one driver in particular that there were times when, like there were some drivers, they'd get off a double shift, they'd get home, they'd crack open a drink, and not even 5 minutes later, they're getting a phone call. Yeah, can you come do another shift? And they're like, honestly, no, I can't because I've been drinking. Yeah. And she only ever had one driver that could get away with yeah, with with drinking and driving. And that was because it was he only had one arm. He had lost he had lost his left arm in an accident, in a motorcycle accident, and pain medications didn't work. The only thing that worked to deaden the pain or dull the pain was alcohol. So yeah, and there were times when he drank and then went and drove, and I think he did get I honestly don't remember if he ever got any tickets from the police for drinking and driving. This is going back like 20 years ago. They are a lot stricter with the laws nowadays. But yeah, I know there was one taxi driver that used to get in trouble a lot for drinking and driving. Yeah. But yeah, and I don't know why. Okay, yeah, I know why I was talking about that. But yeah, once I've got a car, then I can, it'll be easier for me to look into getting the proper class license for being a taxi driver. And it's actually something that I've thought a lot about doing in the past, which is why I was looking into being a taxi driver in my hometown. But that never panned out because of what was going on in my life at that particular point in time. Yeah, I was not living in a safe environment, trying to get clean from my addiction. And yeah, it just wasn't a good point in time, but and then I ended up moving, and there was a lot of moving and a lot of chaos in my life for a number of years. And then when I was with Jag, Wolfie's father, there was absolutely no way that he would have been okay with me driving taxi, because he would have been assuming that I was cheating on him the whole time. Rather than driving a taxi, I'd be hooking up with guys, and it's like, no. So like, yeah, I never even bothered looking into it while he and I were together. But now it's something that I wouldn't mind looking into again. Because something that I like about taxi drivers is they always hear really interesting stories. Yes, they can have issues with unruly passengers, and bad things can happen, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry my camera keeps going out. Oh my goodness, it's this phone. I don't know why it's doing this all of a sudden. But yeah, every 10 minutes my phone, the screen goes to sleep. And I've tried looking into adjusting that, and it shouldn't be doing that because I've got it set so that it's never supposed to do that, but for some reason it just keeps doing it. And yeah, so it is what it is. So I think I'm just gonna keep this live stream short. It'll give me a chance. It'll because like I keep having to look up and checking to make sure the screen on my phone is still awake and on every 10 minutes. Yeah. Hello, hello, Melissa's Journey. Welcome, welcome. I'm having a bit of a frustrating night. How are you? It's only frustrating because of my phone. My phone sucks. And I don't know how to fix it. But last night we had fireworks. We had a little bit of fireworks last night, shortly before my live stream. And oh my goodness. Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is Lady in the Tramp, and I'm hoping to have it finished. I gotta have it finished tonight. Yeah, I gotta have it finished tonight because I'm redoing the box to send to my friend, and if my dad does not show up tomorrow to take Wolfie and I to the town next door with him, then she and I are going to walk down to the post office and mail send a package, and then we're going to go over to the grocery store and shop locally, which means spending a little bit more money for groceries. Not getting as much as we would like, but yeah. And we're going to have to do that until I get a car. So fingers crossed, prayers please, that things work out and I get this car that I'm looking at next week. I'm really hoping things line up to get this car because I am so tired of walking and relying on my dad. And now it's looking like I don't know when he's going to talk to me again after fighting on Saturday. Yeah. Oh. But it is what it is. That's part of life with that man these days. Oh my goodness. Sorry about the yawning, but so because I was unable to get the taxi ride home from the store today, I was walking. And it took me a while to walk home because I kept having to stop. Oh, thank you for the prayers, Melissa. Yeah, walking home, it was super hot. Thankfully, I had my shades, so it wasn't too harsh on my eyes. And I took my hand fan, so I was able to fan myself. But there's a shop just down the road. Excuse me, just down the road from us. And as I was coming up to the shop, I noticed something in the parking lot that looked very, very familiar. And when I got closer, I came up to it and, oh my goodness, it's the old Volkswagen Vanagon Westphalia that I used to own. I sold it to a good friend of mine in my hometown a number of years ago, like 13, 14 years ago. Um, not long after moving, yeah, not long after moving back to my hometown from Ontario. And, yeah, it still has, oh, sorry about the yawning. But it still has my Jesus fish sticker on the back, and it still has the University of Victoria sticker on the back. That the guy that I bought the van off of, his daughter went to she got to use the van while she was going to school at the University of Victoria, which was really cool that the stickers are still there. And it's a really, and like it was in like mint condition when I bought it. And it looks like it's still in mint condition, like the frame, the body. Yeah. The back bumper and tail lights were replaced the tail lights were replaced while I owned it. The back bumper was taken off, and it was fixed, re-chromed, and put back on while I owned it because somebody backed into it while I owned it, and they paid for it. They apologized. They paid for it. They paid for the repairs. Yeah, I told I stopped in at the auto shop there, and thankfully they got AC inside, and was talking to the shop guy about the van. I'm like, yeah, is it for sale? And he's like, no, it's in for repairs. It needs a new motor. Apparently, it's been going through motors a lot. And it's like, oh, because I had no problems with the motor when I owned it. And yeah, I told him, gave him a little bit of a history about it, about how like I drove it across Canada twice within 6 months. I drove it to Ontario, on the outskirts, and like through the outer edge of a hurricane. So this was a number of years ago. There was a hurricane that struck out on the outskirts. It went through a small town outside of Toronto, Ontario. And with all of the destruction and whatnot that it caused, one little boy lost his life. That was it. But yeah, I was driving through the outer edge of that hurricane. And then when we moved back a few months later, it was middle of winter, cold as heck, and the heater gave out on the way. So yeah, it got cold. Yeah. But yeah, it was a great van. And then I asked the dude about the little white car that was parked beside the van, because I'd been eyeing it it had been parked there for quite a few months, and I was curious about it too. And he said, yeah, it's not running. Oh, okay. So yeah, it's not for sale either. Good to know. Once I've got a car, then then I get we get my van cleaned out. Then I'll go to the shop. I'll go to that shop and I'll ask the dude there about my van. Yeah, I got this van. It runs, but there's a wiring issue that drains the battery. I did buy the battery brand new last year, but it probably doesn't work anymore because it's been because I kept having to jump start it, charge it up, and whatnot because of the wiring. Something something's going on, which was draining the battery. So, but it's got solar panels too, and it's partially camperized. So it looks like a creepy stalker van because it's a white panel van. There's no windows in the back, and there's even blackout curtains. So, like with the blackout curtains closed, if you're looking in through the front windshield, you can't see in the back. Yeah, so creepy stalker van vibes, especially considering it does have a bed. Kinda. It kinda has a bed. It's a bed frame that can slide out, but there's no like cushions or anything like that for it. And yeah. And I've already had actually a couple months ago, somebody actually asked Wolfie about buying it to live in, and it's like, well, yeah, no. Once I've got a car, then I can look into cleaning the van out and then getting rid of it. But yeah, the dude that I got the van from said that the solar panels work. I just need a little battery to plug into to plug the solar panels into, and then because it's all wired and stuff, so that with the little battery, you have power for the back part of the van. So, which is pretty cool. But all you need is like a little golf cart battery, and of course, never got around to getting one, and because I was more focused on trying to keep the van running. And then after moving into here, shortly after moving in here, it's like, well, it's parked. It's not going anywhere. I canceled the insurance. And I did clear it with the property manager. I did let him know that I did ask if it was okay for me to have it parked here without insurance, and he's like, yeah, I don't care. That's like, okay, cool. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting the car, getting rid of the van. Getting some cleaning and organizing done, getting rid of my recycling, getting our laundry all done. Because yeah, we need to take our laundry to the laundromat. It's in bags. It's our dirty laundry is all bagged up and in the van. For now. Until we're able to get it cleaned. Yeah. So yes, life is a bit of a struggle right now. But at least I'm able to vent to you guys about it. Which makes it easier for me to deal with it, and I'm able to laugh about it because, well, at the end of the day, if you can't laugh at yourself, yeah. I don't know the rest of the term, the saying. So yeah, it is what it is. I got to stay hopeful, because the last thing I need is my depression to take over. Because I don't want to be live streaming from the hospital. Oh yeah. Hi guys. No, I would my emergency plans for if things get if my depression gets like super bad, is to just call 911 and go straight to the hospital. before I do something stupid. But thankfully with Wolfie here, just having her here helps immensely for me to be able to cope. Because, yeah, there are days that are so bad that my meds just aren't enough. And there is nothing that my doctor can prescribe that is stronger. Apparently. Yeah, apparently I'm on the highest dose of the strongest antidepressants that you can get, according to my doctor. Either that or it's just he's not gonna risk trying something worse. I don't know. I really don't know. I just know that what I'm taking helps enough. And unfortunately, there are times when I wish they weren't so strong, because I wish that I could react emotionally to certain situations better. But then I remember when I took my cat to the vet. When I took Peaches, the last time I took Peaches to the vet, and the outcome from that. If my meds weren't as strong as they are, I'm quite certain that I would have deliberately crashed my bonus mom's car in such a way that it would have been unrecoverable, unsalvageable for me or the vehicle. So there's that. And yes, I am being 100% honest. That there are the friend that I sold my Westie to, that's what he did. Yep, that's what he did. His depression was that bad, and there he had reached out and tried to get help. He wasn't getting the help that he needed, and so that's what he ended up doing, which is unfortunate. Yeah. There was a big write-up about it in the paper and everything, and yeah, his family reached out and his family lashed out about the fact that the people that were supposed to be helping him were not helping him. So, yeah. But that also was quite a few years ago, like 14 years ago. Yeah, I think he had the van for about a year. And then he sold it because he was just too busy to take the time to work on it. He wanted to work on it. Like, Wolfie had a teacher in high school that at that time he was interested in buying the van, but his wife basically said, nope, you already own too many vehicles. Yeah. Yeah, he was the auto shop teacher. Yeah, and he actually wanted to buy the van to use in auto shop class at the high school and work on it there. And yeah, he was very interested in the van. Yeah, but anyways, it is what it is. In the meantime, I'm still just taking things one day at a time. Things are starting to look better. And well, I think that was the only 6 because I missed it. Yes. I'm hoping to be able to continue doing these late night live streams, because basically it's just me talking about anything that comes to mind. And Lorna joins me when she's awake, because she oh goodness, there is like, yeah, when I start, it's like 7 a.m. there, And well, she suffers from insomnia, bouts of insomnia, so she's not always asleep at 7 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, last night she and I we were live for 2 hours, and then we were then we went on to Facebook Messenger for I don't know how long, like an hour, 2 hours. We went until I was too tired to stay up. Yeah. These drills just I am really liking this tray, but it does still have issues, like it's I need to see about getting something like a Dremel. I need to see about I actually want to buy a Dremel, get a Dremel for myself, and then I can use that to smooth this part out, because the drills keep snagging on these little ridges here. Yeah. Oh, goodness. I could definitely make ASMR videos now with this tray, because I'm always like tapping it and banging on it, and then the popping noises from my pen. I've done one ASMR video so far. Unfortunately, you can hear Wolfie in the background a little bit. I think, actually, you might hear her in the background at once or twice. But actually, at a time like this, it would be perfect. This would be a perfect time for doing an ASMR, except because of how close to the highway I live, I don't know if you can hear the vehicles, but I guess it adds to the ambiance. Vehicles periodically going by. Oh, goodness me. Okay, so statistics say that you should get like 8 hours of sleep a night, right? I'm just wondering, it just popped into my head. An 8-hour live stream of ASMR. Or how about just an 8-hour video of ASMR, and then you can just listen to it while you fall asleep while it's playing. I think that'd be, oh my goodness, that would be cool if I could go that long without staying up, without any noise. Yeah, no, that wouldn't happen. No, nope, nope. I think the only way I could do a 10-hour, 8 to 10 hour. Yeah, I think I would do. It would be like an 8 to 10 hour long video of me just diamond painting, right? Well, first I would have to learn how to edit and like cut, copy, paste, whatever. So I could do it in short videos, and then combine them together into one long video, and so I would have to learn all of that stuff. Oh, excuse me. If we get that house, I'm gonna say, like, I really would like my own little room, like a 10 by 10 would be great. It would be the perfect size, 10 feet by 10 feet square. And I would just like, I'd have this table in there, and I'd have like floor to ceiling, wall to wall, floor to ceiling, shelves along two sides, along two walls. And yeah, and I would also soundproof the room, because then I could be like in there laughing hysterically and nobody would hear me. Yeah. Oh goodness. Also, I could look at having it set up so that if the light is on and the door is closed, then a little sign outside the door lights up that says quiet, filming in progress. Yeah, there we go. And I would have all my crafts in there. And like I could have like one or two shelves full of like my scrapbooking supplies, one or two shelves full of like ATC supplies. Well, my ATC supplies that I guess would be with my scrapbooking supplies. And like if I ever get into junk journaling, that kind of stuff would also be with those types of supplies. So I guess one whole set of shelves could be for paper crafts. And then like half the shelves on the other bookcase could be for my diamond painting stuff. And then the other half the shelves could be for my yarn crafts. There we go. That works. Yeah. I think that's a great idea. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go and I need to get some sleep. I am tired. But this just means that I'll be up early in the morning, early enough to finish this. But I'm gonna finish this section first. And then after this section, then I've just got 3 more sections, and I'll breeze through it really quickly because I won't be talking except to pester Wolfie. Oh my goodness. And I also won't be distracted by my yawning. I'm just super tired because of the walking that I did today. Like, oh my goodness, how many times did I stop? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah. I'm visualizing each spot that I stopped at. I stopped 13 times. And then the 13th time, there's a cluster of trees right out front, in the middle of the parking lot out front by the restaurant. I got to there and I'm like, oh God, I need help. So I actually called Wolfie. I'm like, I need help. I'm outside. So she pulled the wagon the rest of the way. And yeah. And then when we got home, she just handed the bags up to me, and oh man, yeah. And so I've been wanting one of these wagons for a while, because they're very sturdy. They're collapsible wagons, and the cloth insert you can actually take out and use it as a basket, almost like a basket or a bag. Because it's got handles, right? It's really cool. And as she was ringing things through, I was just tossing them into the wagon to bag up afterwards. So I hope you heard all of that. What am I doing? Okay, I got 2 C's. Yeah, so I'm gonna check out Restream. I'm gonna see about Restream. Oh, I gotta talk to Lorna about Restream. Restream, apparently they will actually take your like what they emailed me with they did AI, apparently AI video clips, video shorts from my live stream. Yeah. So like I got 2 for free, the others and then there's more that I could like I would have to upgrade and then I'd be able to like download do more than just 2. But like it's really cool. I think it's really cool that they did that they do that. Restream? That's awesome. StreamYard doesn't do that. I was quite surprised when I was going through my emails and discovered that email, and it's like AI clips. What the heck? I click on the email and I'm scrolling through and reading it, and it's like, wait, what? Really? Yeah. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna take a look at that and maybe start doing that actually, because that'd be really cool. Because it would give me more videos, more content for my channel. A way to reach more people. Those that don't want to sit through a 2-hour-long live stream, they can see clips, little shorts from the live stream. You know, get a taste. Maybe pique their interest to watch the whole video. Yeah, there we go. Ah, now my squirrel brain is moving slowly on the wheel. Getting the wheel spinning a little bit. Yeah. It's just a matter of getting Restream to work properly. Yeah. Oh, oh my goodness. Oh wait, it's using anything on my laptop, most likely. I think my next my next video on Restream, I'm gonna try doing on my laptop with my webcam and see if the issue that I was having last time I did a live stream with my very first live stream with my webcam, my new webcam, was like see if it was because of StreamYard or. But I'm pretty certain it's because of my laptop being a piece of crap. Well, not necessarily a piece of crap. It's old. It's old. But yeah. Okay, so I'm done that section. Now roll it out. Oh, I still love this roller. It's pure silk. It's actually one of those. It's a facial roller. Apparently, you're supposed to like put this in the freezer so it gets like really cold. But it's like you don't even really have to do anything. It's cold. It's cold. It's not cool. It's very cool to the touch. And you roll, and it's supposed to help smooth out the wrinkles on your face. Yeah, but it works perfectly for rolling on here. I got this because it's like the solid hard plastic. Not the cheap El Cheapo plastic of the rollers that I've had in the past, because I broke both of them. All right. So that is, oh, it looks so pretty. So nice. Oh, yeah. All right. So I'm going to go and thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.